Well, there are some advantages to being in an air-conditioned bubble here at Brands Hatch when the heat is like it is out there. I really feel for the drivers. They've actually been given special dispensation if they wish to, here and going forward as well, to remove their masks when they're doing our post-session interviews. So, and I think they'll definitely be needing to take a deep breath after that qualifying session. Let's have a word with our pole man, Rory Butcher. And Rory, what a performance. I mean, you really dominated that session. I think it was your fourth lap that you set that time, and it stayed up there right through to the end of qualifying. Well done, you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I was so focused to try and, I believed going into that session I could, fight for pole. And I really G'd myself up, and I think I gave everything on that one lap. And I don't think I had anything else in the tank for the second run, so yeah, you saw everything there.
That car is looking pretty handy. I mean, your teammates up there as well with you in P3. You can do something serious with that in race trim, can't you?
We can, yeah. The car, from the moment we drove it in our first test in March, it gave me the feedback that, yeah, it was a competitive package, and we didn't get the most out of it at Donington and quali. I made a mistake, but we put things right there. And yeah, first pole position with the new car. It feels fantastic, and I think it just shows what a fantastic job everyone in the team have done designing and building this new Ford Focus ST.
So hot out there. What was that like for you guys in the car, and what's the impact of the heat going to be like when it comes to racing?
It's going to be very difficult. Yeah, laying down 2 or 3 laps like that, it's not easy. And in the race, when you've got pressure from guys behind in your mirrors, it's only going to make it worse. So I think the key is to try and stay cool, keep hydrated, and yeah, try and last the whole day.
It's been such a short turnaround time for all the teams. I mean, your guys are based literally a mile down the road here, so that's worked in their favour. But just 6 days between leaving Donington Park and being out on track here at Brands Hatch. What's the impact of that been, both for you as a driver, but for the team as well?
Yeah, I think as a driver, definitely felt additional pressure going home before you've kind of, stood down and done your report with the team, got all your kit ready for going out, ready after cleaned and ready from the weekend before, and done your training. The next thing you know, you're packing and off you go again and saying goodbye to the wife and kids. So, but I think that's nothing compared to what the actual teams are having to put up with, because they're transporting the cars back on the Sunday night, first thing on the Monday morning. They're getting them out into the workshop, and these cars take a long time to prep or re-prep for the next event, and we don't normally see a turnaround so fast. But I think because we've had this lockdown to prepare for it, the guys got mentally prepared, and yeah, they were ready for it.
Well, they were on it, and you were obviously on it as well. Well done on the pole position, and good luck for the race.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rory. Well, let's bring in the man who's finished in P2. Dan Camish, I've got to ask you first of all, what's it like coming back here to Brands Hatch? I know you've talked about wanting to exercise those demons, and I'm hoping that result you've just had has done just that.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, the first lap out of the pit this morning I had a lump in my throat, driving past Hawthorne. I had a good look at the gravel trap, and yeah, a big deep breath, and that's it. We moved on, and off we go now. That's behind me. That was then, and this is now. I've got a great car under me, a fast car, a great team who's very supportive, and we're out there giving it us all. There's no time to dwell on the past, not in this game, not when you're up against these guys.
That car has got a lot of ballast in it as well.
54 kilos in the thing, yeah. Interesting, that one. I think. I'm slightly disappointed. I'm really happy to be second. I'll set somebody a challenge out there on Twitter. If you can somebody tell me how many times I've missed pole by the smallest of margins? I seem to start second quite often by very little. But it was just a great lap from Rory. I give it everything. I slightly caught Hamilton at turn 1. Nobody's fault, just a bit unsighted. And then I gained it all back through the rest of it just to miss pole. But I've got to be happy with. When you're dragging 54 kilos around in the thing, you're going to feel it. So really happy to be starting at the front end, and it sets us up well for a positive day.
Well, starting P2 last time out at Donington didn't seem to handicap you that much. I guess that's what you're going to need to do in race 1 again, isn't it?
Absolutely, and I don't know where the rear-wheel drive guys are, but hopefully they're not close enough to strike in this one. Because they always go forward a row or two. But if I can get off the line, the same as Rory, then we'll go racing. I expect the rear-wheel drive guys to be a bit quicker in race trim just because of how their weight works, but you know, as a qualifying spec car, you know, clearly the front-wheel drives were mega today, and obviously the speed and motor base is not in doubt with a 1 and 3. But you know, I'm really pleased that we got it up there because it's a good fun lap this, and you know, your adrenaline's on edge when you get everything around here. So yeah, I'm really pleased to be up front.
And what impact is having all that ballast in the car going to have in race 1?
It's going to hurt. Ultimately, it's going to hurt over time. Basically, what happens is you've got a tyre that, you know, a brand new tyre. If you rolled it down the pit lane on its own, it would be sticky. You could hear it stick physically to the tarmac. Obviously, as that goes away, on the new tyre lap, the car has got a lot of grip and it can deal with the weight a bit better. As that tyre wears out, the weight's going to become more and more prominent. You're going to start to pick up understeer, oversteer. You know, you won't be able to pick the throttle up quite as well. You won't be able to stop it quite as well. And the thing just becomes, it starts to sort of increase basically. And it's not linear either on a graph. It doesn't just do this. It sort of goes good, So it's going to be tough. It'll be a tough day, but we'll hang in there. You know, we did it 2 years ago. We did it here with 75 kilos. We managed to win the second race. So you know, I think I'm a bit better since then as well. As is the team, as is the car. So we'll give it all tomorrow.
We look forward to seeing how you get
Cheers.
on. Thanks, Dan. And what a great qualifying result for the man who's put his car into P3. Ollie, fantastic result. I don't have the stats with me, but I'm thinking that's got to be way up there in terms of your best qualifying performance.
Oh yeah, no, that's, I think my best up until now was P7 last year. And so yeah, no, I'll be honest, it's been a bit of a funny old day. I've kind of struggled a little bit in the first couple of free practice sessions, struggling to find a balance. And I wasn't that happy with the car. And yeah, just we've come into qualifying, put a fresh set of slicks on it, and it's been mega. The team have done a fantastic job. It's a great result for the team.
So what have you changed?
I mean, to be honest, I think it was more about we were running around with pretty old tyres on, and sensibly my engineer James, he's ignored all of my feedback all day and carried on with what he wanted to do. And we've stuck the new tyres on, and it's worked a treat. So that's all it needed, really.
So we know you've got a really quick car, home race for your team. No pressure for race 1 then?
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, there's always pressure in touring cars. Doesn't matter where you start, and it's always close. But to have such a great qualifying, yeah, it's a great start to the weekend, and it puts us in a safer position for the day and to have a really good day out tomorrow.
Does it put a bit more weight of expectation on your shoulders?
I don't think so. I always drive my own races, and I get I go for the results that I think I can achieve. So yeah, I mean it's great to start in P3, but ultimately we've got the pace to be up there. So it's we'll see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow's a different day, but we're in a strong place.
Well done, your top job. We look forward to seeing how it goes for you. Thanks.
Thanks, Lynn. Cheers.